Mason Moore from Princeton, California, driving the Lucas Oil 580.
Darren Linder in the number 22 out of Medford, Oregon.
Seth Negus in the 5A out of Medford, Oregon.
Philip Wilson, 16, Medford, Oregon.
Chad Nolan, number 15, Central Point, Oregon.
Rob Held, number 68, Sutherland, Oregon.
Dale Smith, number 41, Cottage Grove. Brian Lemon, Fall Creek, Oregon, driving the number 77.
Melissa Soulsby, number 34, from Bonita, Oregon.
Brett Hoover, Eugene, Oregon, racing 88.
Mel Ivy, number 1, Eugene, Oregon.
Zach Spalding, 24, Springfield, Oregon.
Jessica Soul racing the Roman Tower, Wilmington Mathis, Steelhouse, all-around train, number 4, limited sprint.
Hey, more like the number 33, Tops Racing from Cottage Grove, Oregon.
Mike Monahan, number 49, Clarks, Nevada.
Evan Young, number 63, out of California.
Kelly Miller, Sterling, Alberta, Canada, driving number 44.
trophy tonight, trophy dance winner for the Lawrence and John. Boy, this is night number 3 for you guys. You guys got to be probably maybe a little on the tired side, but boy, there's been some great races in this class the last 3 nights, and you picking up a win in one of those.
Oh yeah, it's been a rough weekend. We worked scheduled race tonight, but we race whenever they want to put us on. And yeah, the last 3 nights have been great. I got some car yesterday. That was a lot of fun.
And you put up a first place run, if I'm not mistaken, last night. How did you come from the back to the B, the back to the A? I know you didn't want that to happen, but that's what I'm like in the heat race. It looks like tonight a completely different story. You guys are competitive and fast right off the get-go here.
Yeah, we're going to go. We had to break on break. We had to patch together real quick to put around for the B-man, make it big, and roll it up. I think everybody helps out on that. Let's try it again.
All right, Sean, well, congratulations on the trophy dance win, and best of luck in the main event as well.
All right, thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Sean, hand of Cottage. We'd like to talk to us tonight for the ISCS victory. Dale Smith of Cottage Grove, and Dale, first of all, thanks for making it out here, and good night so far, able to make it through the heats and take care of business.
Yeah, our goal was to get the dash, and we're here, so hopefully we can get started tomorrow.
Well, Dale, you got your box there. Do you want to keep with what you got, or do you think someone else out there has the 1 or the 2?
I think I'm going to keep it.
Okay, Dale Smith's going to keep his. Nate Morlock to the 33 currently, second in points with the ISCS, finishing 4th last night, Nate, at the Southern Oregon Speedway, if I'm not mistaken. First visit there, also first visit to the Sissy Motor Speedway on Friday. Making the features for both nights and putting up some top 10 finishes. I know a win is what you're looking for here at your home track.
Yeah, you know, we had a few mechanical difficulties there last night and on Friday, so we're just fortunate to still be running.
Well, Nate, you got your box. Do you want to give yours up, or do you want to pass it along to someone else?
I was thinking earlier, you know, Garen and Jamie, they got the hot hand, so. But I know Garen will probably trade me back, so I'm going to take the rest of James.
Okay, so he's going to take Jamie's. Jamie's is going to give his. Now, anybody can steal. There's not, like a one elephant party, there's a limit of 2 or 3 steals. There's no limit, so some guys can get picked on. Jamie Barnes, Everett, Washington, here with Roger Henderson, 7. Great to see you here, Jamie. You finished your 3rd last time you were here with the ISCS. You won last night. I know you'd like to finish this deal out with the victory here. It would mean a lot to you.
Yeah, there's a lot of hard work behind these guys. Very much of us here know that we do the best we can, and we'll win tonight, and we'll be all right.
3 straight nights of racing can be grueling on some teams. Like a mini Speedway, it's just keeping your stamina up and staying focused, I imagine, the key to putting up good finishes.
Yeah, Steve Rogers' wife and his daughter were in the car all weekend, so it's been fun.
Well, Jamie, you got your box. It's been stolen. Do you want to get yours back, or do you want to go for someone else's?
Well, I figure if you're going to give this to Garen here, you can get the ones every night, so this one, since he decided not to take theirs.
Okay, all right. Jamie Barnes is going to keep it. By the way, Garen Leonard has been starting on the pole the last 2 nights. Zach Nunes from Medford. We didn't see you Friday night, but you were able to make it out Saturday last night. And here tonight, it's got to go great to have you back, first of all. And good run for you, a good qualification effort from you and your team. Working hard on trying to get yourselves dialed in for this race.
Yeah, you know, my dad was on all week, so I had to get the car out and everything, and just had to get everyone to help me here to get the car out and race.
Well, Seth, you got your box. Do you want to keep it? Do you want to give it to someone else?
I think I'll keep it.
Okay, Seth Nunes is going to keep it. It's amazing more from Princeton and Princeton, California, that finished 3rd in Wairika and finished 7th last night. I know you'd like to prove off with a 3rd and finish 2nd. I know you really like to win in this place. You really like this place a few times you've been here.
Yeah, I love Speedway. You ran really well at Wairika. It's kind of like playing down that road. It was a little fast. We didn't fall our really well at first, so we started back again. We were able to move forward. Right now we're on the dash, so we did a good deal. We want to do a start here.
All right, Mason, you got your box. Do you want to keep it, or do you want to pass it on to someone else and hope maybe the 1 or the 2 is in there?
You know, I'm going to take James. I might take the 1 and then.
Okay, so he's going to take Barnes's. Now remember, whose was originally whose. Now let's see. Mason stole from Jamie. That was Nate's original one, if I'm not mistaken. So this could be interesting. Garen Leonard, fast timer tonight, able to make it through the heat races, taking care of business there. A perfect night for you guys so far, and I know certainly from that first win with this series.
Yeah, I hope we keep the perfect night going. But I'm just going to keep
I think it'll do us just fine.
Okay, Aaron's going to keep his. Okay, so we're going to start here on this end with Aaron Linder to see what he's got in his box. If this is a 1, boy, this would be something. It's a 2. It's a 2, so that'll be outside front row for Aaron Linder to Mason Moore. Now, this is where they will start in the dash for 5 laps for these 6 cars. A 3 for Mason Moore for second quick tonight. Second quick logger, I should say. To Seth Nunez. A number 4 for Seth Nunez.
There's a 156.
So there's a 1 and a 5 and a 6. Does Jamie Barnes have it? Now is that yours, Mason?
It kind of looks like a 1.
Oh, Jamie Barnes will share the front row with Aaron Linder.
It doesn't really matter.
5 and
So
a
5 or
6.
6, this is third row here. Nate Morlock will start in position 6. Third row outside. And Dio said we got to make sure that there's no corruption in this thing. It should be a 5. And it is a laps of racing. Very, very important and crucial trophy dash is about to get it on. Picking up the victory and earning the pole position. And Garen, first of all, congratulations. This is the 3rd time you've been talked to about starting on the pole. It's going to be a very good main event. Lap traffic's going to be very crucial here, and it should be a very good race for this crowd.
Yeah, it definitely should be. I told you I like talking to you. Yeah, I don't know what we got going on right now that's making this thing so fast. We're not really touching it all that much, but something's clicking and it's going. The car's really fun to drive, and hopefully it's really fun for 30 laps, and I talk to you again.
Well, Garen, we touched on it in Wairika on the front stretch. Mike and Kathy Groves of Mike Spencer, big help in your career. Does it look like a couple last month at one of the races here, then the season was going to be over and looking to rebuild for 2012? Boy, it is definitely a blessing for you, and you guys have been able to run very well ever since that day.
Yeah, they've been just a huge help. If it wasn't for Mike and Kathy and Chad, I wouldn't be standing here talking to you, and I don't know when I'd be racing again. And I'm just super thankful for their help. And I call Mike after the races and tell him how it went, and he always sounds happy. So I think we got a good thing going, and hopefully it continues.
Well, Garen, congratulations on earning the pole position and winning the trophy dash, and good luck in tonight's main event.
All right, thank you.
All right, race fans, Garen. well worth your admission prices. They come out of turn number 4 this time around. I want you to do one thing for them. I want you to make all the noise that you can and put your hands up in the air. This is your feature of the evening.
All right, put your hands in the air. Put your hands up in the air. Put your hands up in the air.
Ladies and gentlemen, race number 8 of the ISCS Short Course Series. Around the street, countdown. This is your feature of the evening. Let them hear ya. Atop the flag stand, ready to unleash the storm that will come out of turn number 4 the next time around. And we're getting California out the front row. The last 2 nights of action, it was night number 1 going to Kyle Larson of California. Last night, the Jamie Barnes of Washington and Oregon. And Gary Hunter pick up his first career Interstate Sprint Car victory. We will start with 20 cars as Brett Hoover is off the racetrack. 18 guys and 2 gals as they're going to go 3 laps out of turn number 4 for the final race of the fans, don't forget, after these interviews, we're going to have James on his turn to come out with the stunt jump. Definitely stick around for that because he's out of the car and probably bringing it a little on the heavy side. That was non-stop racing. And race fans, 3 different wins in 3 nights. Chad Nolan race fans picking up the victory. And we're going to do it. Cottage Group, you know, it's going to be difficult getting the handshake from Roger Henderson and Jamie Barnes behind you as well. And Chad, just tell us how you did it. You started 8th. These races are very tough. If you're not in the dash, it's difficult to do. Not impossible, difficult to get up front. Just get up front, not win.
Man, I don't know what to say. We've been struggling all year with our motor. We finally figured it out. This thing just runs like a rape date. So, I screwed up in qualifying. I don't know what I was thinking. I just missed my line all over laps. And put my team behind the 8 ball. And my dad just nailed the setup on this one. And I just had fun.
Boy, it seems like you got to work early, working the bottom of the racetrack, and just passing the cars. For a moment, they're like they were standing still, got off of the bottom, and you were all over the place. And I thought, man, he's really good on the bottom. Going to the top, we'll see what happens. And you were just as fast there as you said, Dad Martin hitting the setup tonight.
Yeah, just when lap traffic, if they weren't running up top, I knew I was really good down low. But when I got out in the open, I just wanted to carry momentum, and because it's once somebody's wide open and having momentum running both sides of the track up top, it's hard to pass them down low because you have to slow down so much. So, yeah, I'm just so happy right now. I don't know what to do with my hands. Yeah. But I'd just like to thank all my sponsors, Cross Creek Trucking, Biomass One, M&D Cabinetry, my family, my aunt, my grandma, my grandpa, my mom, my dad, just everybody.
Chad finished 5th at White Creek on Friday, and then down towards where you live in Southern Oregon, finishing 3rd, picking up the victory tonight. What do you think of this series so far? First of all, I mean, it's the first year, this is the 8th race or so far. We've seen plenty of different, we've seen 5 different winners now out of the series in those 8 races. It seems like it's building a lot of momentum, and it's getting a lot of popularity from teams all over the western United States.
Oh, definitely. I mean, there's just so much stout competition every night. It's like you can't screw up at all. Especially with this series, it's all about qualifying. And if you don't qualify good, it just puts you way behind the 8 ball. And I don't know. I thank the Lord that we got through this one. I'm happy.
Well, Jack, we'll let you celebrate, and hopefully see you at some point towards the end of the year. I'm sure we will go back to the stage finals. You took 2nd at that race last October.
Yeah, we'll see. Just depends on finances, though. We hope we can go. We'll just keep praying and see what happens.
All right, Jack. Congratulations once again.
Thanks. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Finisher Jamie Barnes from Everett, Washington. First of all, Jamie, congratulations on 2nd. We appreciate you making the long trip down and supporting this series. And 2nd place tonight. Just tell us about your night in the main event.
Yeah, kind of like last night, run on 2nd, get the win in traffic. And same thing tonight, we just made the wrong decision a couple of laps, and he was really good. He got around us, and he did a good job tonight.
It looked like maybe if it was 35 laps, he might have had something there. He was getting held up just a little bit towards the end. Your thoughts on that? I know it's all speculative.
I would have to make the right decisions in traffic also to not be held up or get the right line. But Carlos did made some changes.
Go look around the top.
I got to thank him so much for standing by me and helping us get this thing going. We've been working really hard together. We just got to keep going.
Well, Jamie, good job to you finishing 2nd tonight, and we'll see you, I'm sure, before the year's out.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, race man, it seemed like there were 6 cars all right there battling for 3rd and like 8th place all right there. Rob held the Sutherland folks coming in 3rd tonight. Rob, this has got to feel good for you pulling out this weekend with a good run here with some very, very fast cars.
Yeah, it's really been a miserable couple of weeks. We had an engine issue that we just caught right before loading up to come last weekend to race here. And we thrashed all week. We got it going. Went to Wairika. We had a fast car. The driver messed up. Passed for 3rd. Tore the car all up. Got to thank Phil LaRosa. And he let me use the shop after Wairika. And Todd Sandler came down and fixed the car. The left front torsion tubes all patched out. We had a miserable night in Medford. And my dad, my uncle here, my girlfriend Nana, we busted our butts all weekend, and we just couldn't get going. And we we just, I mean, I was definitely driven tonight to do better. We tried a couple of things. We were going in a different direction we've been going because our results in the main event haven't matched our abilities. So, you know, we dug it out there, and I kind of just made the call around the bottom there. I had to pull the wing back around the top, and I tried pulling it back, and it couldn't go back any further. I think that it just kind of got bound up on the car. So I was pretty much stuck on the bottom. I just went after it, and you know, it's fun racing with Nate. He's so good at just finding the momentum and driving it down in there. You know, you don't see him coming, and around there he is. And it's just nice to race with people that can race it that hard, race it clean, and hopefully put on a good show for fans.
And that was the emphasis tonight, hard racing, but clean racing. As you guys were weaving in and out of traffic, and sometimes those guys are battling for positions too, even though they're not on the lead lap. But your thoughts of the mentality you got to going into thick lap traffic like that?
Yeah, it's that's kind of the, especially when you're stuck on the bottom like I was. I mean, I kind of made that commitment, and I needed to pull the wing back to move off of it. So I knew if I moved off it, I was in trouble. You know, the guys that are out there making laps and getting better and kind of running their own race, they're doing the right thing. I mean, they're on the bottom. That's where it's safe. They're out of the way. But when you're on the bottom, you just have to establish yourself. You kind of got to time it so you're next to them, so they know you're there, and they don't cut down on you. And once you establish yourself, you're there. You know, it's just the timing of it all. And in the midst of all that, you're trying to keep everyone behind you. But that's what makes Burger racing so great. And you know, hopefully you guys got your money's worth on a Sunday night.
Definitely a fantastic job. Congratulations, Rob. Series best, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of points to your credit this season, but a third.
It does, especially after the last couple of nights. We just, you know, we tried to dig ourselves in the hole. We had a car good up on the front. I just messed up and then bent the car off. And then we just couldn't figure it out. So it's good when you work that hard. You get people busting their butts for you. Really, the best way to thank them is for results. And I wanted to make sure I did it tonight. It was my last opportunity for a couple of weeks. So just glad to be on the front stretch.
Three races for the Hornets, 3 different winners. Tanner Swain from Dexter and Tanner. First of all, congratulations. Second of all, how the heck is this car, or this truck, I should say, here tonight? After last night, this thing was yard sailing on the front stretch.
Yeah, we all pitched in big time today. We all woke up early and got the sledgehammer out and started beating on it. Another buddy of ours came up with some motor parts that got smashed, and we got to put that together and got it out here. By the grace of God, nothing was bent underneath, so it still drove right. And on Friday, we ran 8, and I knew it was better than that, but just kind of got held up trying to be patient. Just wasn't enough laps, so tonight just kind of went for it and got it out front.
So if I'm not mistaken, this is your third race in this class. And Jake Maiden and I were talking upstairs. You get a class of, like Chris Pierce, the guy that you ran down and passed, he's got a couple of years of racing in some classes. But for yourself, I know you've wrenched on some cars, but from my knowledge, no real prior racing experience. And the first part of the year was really the first time racing against these guys.
Yeah, this is my third time on a dirt track ever.
It's got to feel good. And this truck was fast last night. Unfortunately, got taken out of commission, but congratulations, my friends. There's some sponsors you want to send out, making sure this thing is here every week.
Just A1, Skies Off Road, Josh Anderson for getting us the foil, Randy for helping crash on the truck this morning, my dad. That's about it.
All right, well, congratulations, my friend. I'd like to celebrate.
Thank you.
All right, race fans, Tanner Swain of Dexter tonight.